All right, turns out the Department of Energy is reportedly breaking its own rules while doling out loans to green energy companies, spending over $3 billion investing in new technologies, but they've apparently been in use in Europe for 7 years. Obviously not new. Joining us right now is the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Congressman Darrell Issa, in studio. Congressman, always great to see you.
Brian, thanks for having me back.
You have so many areas of expertise, but let's focus on your main thing, oversight. So this solar power company wants to build solar panels, but if they're just building solar panels, they're not going to get the energy loans. They thought they were going to be bringing something new. They told everybody they're bringing something new to the industry. What were they bringing new, but yet wasn't?
Well, they really weren't bringing anything new. What they did was they took advantage of two things. One, technology already available in Europe. Two, they bought another company to get a place in line sooner. And ultimately, the professional staff at Department of Energy ruled against this and were overridden by political appointees who clearly wanted to make these loans and were willing to bend the rules to make them.
How many different stories do we have coming out of green energy companies, whether it's Solyndra, where these loans, where the companies are going belly up, or the company over in Massachusetts, which is now just a vacant hulk of a building? What I'm wondering, did the president go outside the lines, not checking with you guys first before allocating this stimulus money, which is supposed to be only for emergencies?
Well, very clearly what happened was, when the stimulus was passed, it was passed with only Democratic votes in the House and the Senate. They were requested by the president. They left it to where that $800 billion was essentially, if you will, a presidential earmark. In most cases, they could do what they were doing without ever coming back to Congress, and that's what they've been doing.
I went to the Department of Energy. We couldn't get a comment from them. But while you were talking, I was actually talking, look at all the
Secretary will be commenting in front of our committee, so, stay tuned. We'll be asking these questions.
What day is that?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. Look at all these failed green energy companies. The premise of the stimulus package was to get us out of a mess. We were hitting a fiscal wall. Is this an emergency situation? Do these solar panels have to be built? Do these electric cars have to be done?
Well, of course not. These were long-reach programs, and basically that's the nature of where the deception was. Stimulus was supposed to be quick. In fact, they never intended to spend it and will not completely have effectively spent it until after the president's re-elect. Always looking at how do you get the maximum hit when the president was up for re-elect. The problem is some of these programs, against every intention by the administration to bail them out, are showing they were insolvent, bad decisions sooner than they expected. They really expected these to last past the president's re-elect.
And it absolutely hasn't. And in many cases, the vice president in front of those companies, hailing those companies, and then they end up having trouble.
State dinners, visit to the White House, trips by the president and vice president. These were all-in companies. These were companies that ideologically they wanted to invest in. They made the investments with your money.
And I'll see you next week at the Armed Forces Foundation.
I look forward to it.
And that'll be fantastic because you are a veteran of the armed services as well and a big supporter of the troops.